Good day, students and viewers. You are welcome to the studios of Maths X. We are still on fractions, decimals, and percentages. In our previous video, we learned how to add and subtract fractions, different kinds of fractions, and we also learned how to multiply different kinds of fractions. Today, we will be learning how to divide using different kinds of fractions. And also we'll delve a little into what decimals are. Happy viewing. So, my dear students and viewers, for our third mathematical operation involving fractions, we will be dividing, that is division of fractions. So let us simplify the following exercise. There are about 4 of them. I want to say that, first of all, division and multiplication are very, very related in terms of operations, as you will see. So let's try the first exercise here. So these are two proper fractions that I have to divide. The first thing to note is that there is a division sign between the two fractions, the fractions on your left-hand side and the fraction on your right-hand side. Now, what you will do is you will change this sign to a multiplication sign and invert the fraction. This is what I mean. So we have a 3 over 4 times 2 over 1. Now, as you can see, with the change of sign from division to multiplication, it comes with an inversion of the fraction on your right-hand side. So having done that, the next thing we do is to begin our cancellation process. 2 here, 1, 2 here, 2. So we have 3 over 2. 3 over 2 is an improper fraction. You don't leave your answer. This way, you change it to a mixed fraction. So 2 into 3, one time. Remember what? 1 over 2 as your final answer. That's how it's done. Let's look at the next exercise. The next exercise is a mixed fraction, 7 whole number 1 over 8 divided by 3 over 4. For this particular exercise, just like we did for the multiplication of fractions, you change the mixed fraction to improper, because in this mixed fraction state, you cannot divide it, just like it didn't happen in the multiplication exercise. It's not going to happen here also. So this will be 8 times 7, 56 plus 1. That will be a 57 over 8, still divided by 3 over 4. Change the sign to a multiplication sign, and then, of course, invert the fraction on your right-hand side. So we're going to have here that 57 over 8 times 4 over 3. 3 here, 1. The 57 is a number that 3 can go into. So 3 into 5, 1. In remainder 2. 3 into 27, 9. That is 19. 4 here, 1. 4 here, 2. So we end up having 19 over 3. This is an improper fraction. Change it to a mixed fraction. 3 into 19, 6 times. That's 18. Remember what? 1 all over 3. Let's look at our third division operation involving fractions. This is 3 whole number 1 over 2 divided by 4 whole number 4 over 7. This is division of two mixed fractions. Our first move would be to convert them to what? Improper fractions. So this will be 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7. 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7. We have 7 over 2 divided by 7 times 4, 28. 28 plus 4 is 32 over 7. We're going to need some space, my dear students and viewers. So, like I told you earlier, we will change the sign from division to multiplication and then invert the fraction on our right hand side. So this is 7 over 2 times 7 over 32. All right. And looking through, nothing is really canceling. The 7 can't cancel the 32 without a remainder, and the 2 also can't cancel the 7 without a remainder. So if that's the case, there isn't really anything you can do. So all you do is just multiply the numerators and multiply the what denominators. So 7 times 7 will be 49. 2 times 32 is 64, and that is it. Leave your answer at that. And again, though it's a bit large, but it is a proper fraction, so this is in its stable state. Let's look at the D part of this exercise. And like I told you earlier, that multiplication and division are pretty much related. We have 8 whole number 1 over 6, 8 whole number 1 over 6 times 3 whole number 3 over 7 divided by 11 whole number 2 over 3. So these are pretty much related operations. So like I told you, my dear students and viewers, the first thing we do is to change it to improper fraction from the mixed fraction we are seeing here. So what we have here will be 8 times 6. 8 times 6 is 48, plus 1 is 49. So we have the 49 over 6 times 7 times 3 is 21. 21 plus 3 is 24 over 7. Do the same to the denominator, because this is the numerator part of the fraction, though a bit not a normal numerator of a single digit. And then this is the denominator side. So for the denominator side also, do your change from mixed fraction to improper. This will be 3 times 11, 33. 33 plus 2 is a 35 over 3 over 3. If I was working alone, I would have finished this math since, but we are learning. So let's do it together so that we can all learn together. 6 here, 1, 6 here, 4 times. 7 here, 1, 7 here, 7 times. So what we have here is 28, 28 divided by 35 over 3. I trust you can relate to this because this is a division sign. Yes, this is a division sign. In case you're having problems relating, if I write a fraction, let's take some space here. If I write a fraction like 3 over 4, 3 over 4 simply means 3 divided by 4. I don't know if your teachers in your various schools has ever laid emphasis on this. This is what I'm using here. So where we had 28 over 3, 35 over 3, it simply means 28 divided by 35 over 3. That's what I'm using here as a single fraction. So 3 over 4 simply means 3 divided by 4. So I'm exploiting that idea here. So like we said earlier, when you have a division sign, simply just change the division sign to multiplication sign, and of course invert your fraction. So this would be 28. This would be 28 times 3 over 35. You could do an over 1 here. It won't be a problem, just to make it truly look like a fraction, because every whole number is a fraction. Recall that in our first video, I told you that not most, real numbers are improper fractions when I was doing this 7 over 1 and 8 over 1. If you've not watched that first video on fractions, please do go back. You will see this particular kind of operation that I'm emphasizing. So every whole number is an improper fraction. That's why I'm writing the over 1 here. So we have here 7 here 4 times, 7 here 5 times. So what we have here is 3 times 4, or 4 times 3 rather, that is 12 over 5. This is an improper fraction. Take it to a mixed fraction. This would be 2 whole number 2 over 5. So, my dear students and viewers, I have exposed you to what fractions are. I gave you various definitions of what a fraction is. I also talked to you about the types of fractions, the 7 types of fractions in mathematics. I did not just do that. I also showed you how to convert from a mixed fraction to an improper fraction, and then of course vice versa. In this video, I have shown you 3 mathematical operations involving fractions, and that is addition, subtraction, and division. I trust you are thoroughly educated on how to use your fractions and what fractions are. We are going to delve into the decimal part of this particular class. My dear students and viewers, now that we've done some justice to the fractional part of this particular class, we are going into the decimal part, and I trust you will learn a lot also. So first of all, what are decimals? Decimals are rational numbers. They are real or rational numbers that have whole number parts and fractional parts separated by a decimal point. I can take it again. A decimal is a real or a rational number that has a whole number part and a fractional part separated by a decimal point. Let's put that on the board first for my dear students and viewers. So a decimal is a real or a rational number with a whole number and fractional parts separated by a decimal point. So, my dear students and viewers, so a decimal is a real or a rational number with a whole number and fractional part separated by a decimal point. That's what a decimal is. Basically, decimals are fractions. Decimals can be expressed as fractions. Just in case you don't believe what I'm saying, I'll do something attractive to you. There's space here, so I'll take it. If I have 2.5 million naira, so I'll write this 2.5 million naira. This 2.5 million naira, another way of expressing it will be 2.5. Let's put the naira sign. 2.5 million naira. So this is decimal representation. This is fractional representation of the same amount of money. And this is a mixed fraction, which we just discussed, if you have been following our videos. So decimals basically are fractions. So, my dear students and viewers, let's still talk about the structure of a decimal in terms of its appearance. Let's look at a number like 26.625. From our definition, we said that a decimal is a number that is a rational number, is a real number that has a whole number part and a fractional part separated by a decimal point. So let's look at its structure. Now, this is the whole number part, and for the whole number part, this is the unit digit, and this is the tens digit of this number. This constitutes the whole number part. This is the decimal point. The first digit after the decimal point is called a tenth. You know, this digit is called tens, but this one is called 10. The second digit after the decimal point is called hundredth. And of course, the third digit, because this is where I wish to stop, after this decimal point is called thousand. Thousand. So, in terms of its structure, its place value, this is how it is arranged. So the first digit before the decimal point is the units digit, is the units digit. Let's put an S on it. The second digit after the decimal point, or before the decimal point, I mean to say, is the tens. But down here, beyond the decimal point, after the decimal point, to your right hand side, the first digit after the decimal point is the tenth, the second is the hundredth, the third is the thousand. If there is a fourth, it will be 10,000 with a th at the end. So this is the place value of a decimal number. I just felt my dear students and viewers should have an idea of this before I move forward. So, my dear students and viewers, this is how far we can go on today's class. We trust you have learned how to divide fractions, which is the third basic operation involving fractions. And also, you've seen what decimals are. We defined it for you. And we also talked about place value of decimals. In our next class, we will delve deeper into what decimals truly are. Until we meet again, we encourage you to keep watching the videos of Maths X, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. As you do so, God bless you.